Hi,
Come on, Vince.
my name is Vince,
You know we have to get this show going on.
and the voice you hear in the background,
You a Vince?
well, that's Mr. Zimba.
And don't lie to me saying that you're at home. I know you are walking somewhere right
I'm
now.
almost there.
Dude, I see you and I need you in the show now.
I'd like to welcome you to our show.
Vince, who are you talking to?
Them. Once again, I'd like to welcome you all to our show, Vince and Mr. Zimba. You can call it V and Z.
I've told you I hate that acronym.
This show is a face call-in show,
Write to us.
and we call in the people we feel can best answer your questions. And trust me, we got the right people.
Yep.
And of course, we have quite a package of entertainment for you tonight. Is it tonight
Oh, no.
or today? Which one would be the right one?
I told you to read through the script, Vince. Now stop hesitating and say something.
Yes. And would like everybody to just have a good time listening and watching and seeing what people have to offer or our guests have to offer. And of course, try and not pay attention to my producer, Mr. Zimba.
Why would you even say that? Why are you making me out to be the bad guy? Vince, you little...
Well, I'm just preparing them for what's going to be happening.
Why would you...
Anyway, let's get down into the program right now.
Don't ignore me. I'm talking to you.
Because of this COVID-19, the best way we can have is have people call in from where they are so that we can actually get to know more about them, you know, get to interact with them.
Stick to the script, Vince.
I'd like to kick it up by introducing our first guest.
Did you call the person I told you to call?
I tried calling him.
And what did he say?
He didn't answer.
What do you mean he didn't
So
answer?
I put in someone else.
Do you know that I'm the producer of this show, Vince?
I know you're the producer of the show.
Now what do you expect me to do?
I tried calling you. You didn't pick up your phone.
Vince, did you really try calling me, Vince?
Anyway, on the call right now, so let's just get the show rolling.
We're going to have to deal with this after the show.
Tell us more about yourself.
My name's Maria Chelandawa. I am from Ndola, Mushili Kansengo to be precise. I am a journalist by profession as well as an actress, and I am the last born of three children. Both my brothers are independent. Hard to believe I'm the last born, huh? My gray hair. Yeah, I have gray hair and I love it. Yeah, so I'm a lover, I'm a hugger, and I trust easy. I also get hurt a lot. Probably because I trust easy. I need to work on that. I'm nice. Take my word for it, because chances are you're probably never gonna meet me, but I am really nice. Yeah, so that's a little bit about myself.
My name is Morgan. I'm a minister in music. I go by the surname of Tembo. I am a worship minister as well as a musician, a writer, a composer. Aside from that, I also work.
Oh, and by the way, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Dola, Kanzingshi, Kabomborod.
Well, I am calling from Mondola Town Center. Yep.
Right now I'm in Ndola, calling from Ndola, Moshili Kansengo, my place, and my bedroom to be precise. And no, you can't see my room.
Sorry. And one of the
Yeah.
questions is, are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Am I married? I'm not. I'm not married. No, I'm not.
I'm not married. I am so unmarried. I am so unmarried. So, no, I'm not married. I am so single.
Or are you involved with someone right now?
And what do you mean, am I involved with anybody? Like, I could be involved with everyone prior to some different businesses and sort. But if you mean a relationship involvement, then I could say I'm still striving towards that. Still striving towards that.
And I'm not involved with anyone.
Okay, on this one, am I involved with anyone? Okay, some of these questions, it just depends on who's asking. There are instances where potential somebody is asking, and you're like, you know what? I'm not involved with anyone I know of at the moment. And if it's, somebody that you don't want to, you're like, oh yeah, I am so involved. I am definitely involved. But in my case, back to what we're really doing, I'm not involved with anyone. I am single. I'm not even mingling. I'm like single beyond reason. I am like so unbelievably single. Is there such a thing? Yeah, but if there isn't such a thing, that's where I'm at. So, am I involved with anyone at the moment? I am not, and I am not I'm mad at him single or he's in prison single. I am just like single. Okay, so no, I'm not involved with
Why
anyone.
do you think people don't understand me? Wait, that's not part of the
That's
question.
what you get.
Who typed that?
Well, why I think people don't understand you is that you are a bit weird. Yeah. You're really weird, especially with the voice thingy. It's, I don't know. There's just something off about you, man. There's just something off. That's according to me.
So basically, there are people that just refuse to understand the person. Kwa wale abantu walishupa, wafe tafua, wafe kuchita understand. And then others, it's because maybe we're not on the level intellectually. Because at the end of the day, not everyone has had an opportunity to have an education, So kula bafe bambi abantu intellectually you're not on the same level, so definitely much data kuchita understand umuntu. And then others just assume this is they don't really know me, they don't know the person that I am, they just jump to assumptions to say, okay, this is how this person is. So nangu winge sho kulondolola mwe bantu inetefo naba bena balikuwa tafefida fina fofo bafo kuishiba.
And the reason why I think people don't understand you is because you're weird, dude. You're weird.
Here's a question from someone saying, with the way people love their alcohol, what job do you think they would offer a man who can turn water into wine? Like, how much would their salary be?
A job that can be offered to somebody that can turn water into wine, he would probably be the chief producer of wine or something, and then I assure you that person will be getting a lot of billions of dollars. The way people love alcohol, just.
And I think with the way people love their alcohol, and if they found someone who can actually turn water into alcohol, I think the salary will be twice as much as the president would get. I swear, because we love our alcohol, we love it.
First of all, to begin with, a man who can turn water into wine is a factory by himself. That in itself is priceless. That in itself is priceless. I think, well, let's just say this guy, this guy could even be richer than Bill Gates. I swear, this guy can be richer than Bill Gates.
Oh, here's another one. If Joseph was your brother and you knew he was going to save Egypt and the world from famine, how much would you sell him for? This is a question from someone. I don't know, but you have to answer that.
If Joseph was my brother and I know that he was going to save the world from famine, obviously, because I don't want him thinking I don't love him. I'm only selling him because he needs to fulfill his destiny, of saving lots and lots of people. So okay, but now much bishop and I'm going to $1,000 so that Napalia in Salaida is some question at least in the core, Yeah, but that's me.
And if Joseph was my brother, I think I'd sell him for I'd sell him for a lot of money. I cannot lie to you. I cannot lie.
If Joseph, if I were to sell Joseph, well, oof, understanding the type of a guy that he is, and I know all about it. Like, this is a guy who is going to save the entire Egypt and Israel together. Ma. Okay, I think I would think of a price. I would think of a price that's a bit more expensive, to make sure that my generations and generations of generations don't suffer. Like, I could maybe $1 trillion, maybe $1 trillion. I could ask for more though, because I would want to be much richer than Steve Jobs.
Here's a question. Someone writes in and says, is there love at first sight?
Is there love at somebody asked me, is there love at first sight? In all honesty, I don't believe that. I don't. If there is, if it used to exist on earth, it no longer does, because the things people are capable of nowadays. Me, the only time I'm actually meeting somebody for the first time and falling in love is if they're just on Momoa, because he's really good looking. Oh my god. Or Joseph Liati and Noah. Oh my goodness. Then there'll be love at first sight. But if I'm just going to meet a random person who's not even a celebrity, who's chances are I am not loving them at first sight. Like, no, I don't believe it. I don't think it actually happens. I don't even think it exists. Point me to 7 people who've fallen in love at first sight, then I'll believe it.
No, there is no love at first sight. I do not believe in love at first sight. It just doesn't happen. No.
And the follow-up question here is, what causes us to be attracted head over heels at first glance?
Well, the causes of somebody being attracted to somebody head over heels at first glance, especially for the other gender, are things like limbu wa mulole shomkashana wa mona veranda kunu moko na ikontoloka na shaina, you know. It could be the bust, you know. The other gender, men, are attracted to the things that they see. Okay, if you go to Havana, you find that most people are in wrong relationships because of bokos, nangu, atino, ulia chest yakwe, the boobies, you know, stuff like that. But females, we will look at a person and say, oh, wow, he's attractive. But I'm not about to fall head over heels because that person looks nice. I mean, come on, things like that don't work with women. Things like that only work with, things like that don't work with this woman anyway. Or maybe I just haven't met somebody I can, you know, be head over heels for at first glance. But the chances are out of 100, 0.00.01 out of 100. Yeah, so that's that. So basically, it's how somebody maybe speaks, maybe the intelligence of a person, how they dress, how they smell. You know, people have weird attractions, and I really wouldn't be okay getting into some of the weirdest stuff that I've heard of right now. Maybe a story for another time.
Well, there are many causes of attraction, depending on the person's preferences. But if you were to get attracted to a person head over heels at first glance, then definitely it has to be the physical attributes of the person. It has to be the physical things that you see. Like, you see the face, you see the curves, you see the beauty, and especially when you get to hear the voice. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
Oh, check this one out. How many other ways do we get attracted?
Well,
Good question.
there are quite a number of ways in which people get attracted to each other. But I like to divide them in three. There is, first of all, when you see the person first time, you're gonna get attracted by the physical side of them, like the physical appearance. The second one is their intellectual ability, and the third one is their character, which entails their stance, their spirituality, and all that. So, yeah, I think those are other ways. That some people look out for other things, but I think for me, these are the three major things that are very, very cardinal.
Someone has just written in saying, in courtship, how can one tell if they were meant to be together forever? Nice one.
One can tell they're meant to be together by how you relate with one another. I think how you understand and treat each other says a lot about whether you can live with a person. Attitude, the attitude that you have towards one another. Because if that wasn't the case, then people wouldn't be tying knots. People wouldn't be saying I do's or willing to spend a life with somebody that they don't feel they can live with. Mamonaka. So I think that's just that. It's all about how you treat one another.
So, first of all, in courtship, we need to understand that these are two different peoples. These are two totally different peoples that are coming together to create a relationship, hoping that they would get married at the end of the day. So there's what we call click basis. I couldn't really call it click basis. I could say things that you like about each other. And out of 100, if you're discovering to say that at least over 80% of that you love about the person, you love about 80 and over percentage about the person, and the person does the same, reverses the same to you, then definitely you'd get the conviction and the comfortability to say this person can be my person to die with till forever and live together and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think that it lies mostly on the relativity.
Wow. Here's one. This one will really get your eyebrows going. How do you tell that one is not pretending?
On the issue of pretending and not pretending, you can't tell that one is not pretending. Cool, pepesha affair, and you're just hopeful that they're being genuine or real. Because people are so deceptive these days. Like, you can never tell that one is pretending or this person is not pretending. I'm personally good at pretending. This is why it's really hard, because I do it so well. Well, sometimes. But I'm a better person. Yeah, so basically it's not easy to tell whether somebody is not pretending. Katwish, I don't know. If people can tell, I personally can't.
Some people are really, really good pretenders that we cannot run away from. Some people are pretty good at pretending, and you might realize that you have found yourself in a ditch when everything has happened. However, how you know that one is pretending? Well, you test them. You test them. If you feel like, because when we talk about pretense, then they might be pretending in one way, or they might be a bit honest in another way. So if you're suspecting that the person could be pretending in one area, you test them in that same area. That's how you can know.
And here's the last question for tonight. Well, for today, whichever one. How long must we be in courtship before marriage? People are in trouble now.
I personally don't believe they should be a specific time frame of when people should settle after courtship. You know, these things come naturally. You obviously have to feel to say, oh, okay, now we're ready to take the next step. If you feel you're ready to take the next step after 2 weeks, go right on, settle. And I'm pretty sure you'll be divorced before the end of the year. You know? I'm not saying that works out for everybody, but I'm saying you obviously just have to feel ready. Oh, okay, we're ready for this now. But personally, if I was to advise, I would say maybe 6 months to a year, somewhere there. So at least nangomuntu wala chita pretend ala fipanga hapo pena nishi na umona ko 1 or 2 or 9 things. Okay?
How long must we be in courtship before finally marrying? I could say that the time doesn't really matter. I have seen a lot of people who get married in just 3 months or 3 weeks of meeting, and they have a lot of things clicking amongst themselves, and they convince each other to say that this is my person, this is the one I want to spend forever with. So they just go ahead and they marry the person. And there are some people who have spent years and years without getting married. And I think usually what really determines the decision of you getting married to a person is how you open up yourself to each other. Because for you to allow the person to choose